What's up, what's up, what's up? Just 50 JP in the house, just 350 JP in the house. Okay, so this one brother emailed me, right, talking about he's coming to Japan and finally gets here and we meet up. Brother from back east or something, I forget which state, I think Maryland or something like that. Tall brother, good shape. We hang out one night and I was just taking him around and showing him different places and stuff and, you know, give him the usual tips and notifications and, you know, the things to do with the women and stuff, right? So, I forgot I think one day we went for a club, we couldn't find one. I'm not sure if we went to a club, but I cannot remember, I forget. But I do remember one time he was like, okay, well, let's hang out again, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. So, I come to Osaka, and I'm waiting like 30 minutes for this guy to come. You know, but he got tied up in some bar talking to somebody. I don't know if it was a guy or a girl. So then we go out and stuff, and basically we're walking around because that night there was nothing really going on. So I ended up just going home, and he ended up going back to the bar again. Then he calls me and said, "Come on, let's hang out." And I'm like, "Okay." So it was like the next night. So I'm sitting here emailing them like, "Yo, what's going on? What's going on?" You know, no reply, nothing. I'm like, okay, fine. You know, so I'm thinking to myself, maybe he got hooked up with a girl or something because he didn't email me back. And a lot of guys, what they do is they'll come out here and they're like, come on, let's hang. And then when they meet a girl, man, they just disappear, man. It's like they go missing in action on the brother. And I'm like, okay, fine. But I mean, it's all cool and stuff. But I mean, at least had the decency to call and say, yo, man, you know. So I'm like, okay, fine. Then the next day I email, and eventually I just stopped emailing them and stuff, you know. Then suddenly I get this line message, he's like, yo, man, I'm back in Maryland or New York or wherever you're from. And I'm laughing and stuff. I'm like, yo, what happened? He said, no, man, I'm sorry, man. I got tied up with this girl, man. She kept me on lockdown and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, right. You know, you just got out here and met you one of these women and stuff that wanted to be with you. And I guess, you know, hey, more important being with her than hanging out with me. So it's all cool and stuff. But it's interesting because the whole thing is, while we were talking, I was like, you know, telling him different things. And he was like, not really believing all this stuff, you know. And one day, bam, just got hooked up like that. And I was like, dang. Because out here, you know, a lot of guys think, how can I say it? Getting me wrong about it, but I'm just telling y'all, man, out here is a trip, you know. It's just like, I mean, it's different, you know. We come to the States, and I mean, we're from the States, and in the States, it's like, hell, you know, you got to do it like this, and everyone don't. I mean, a lot of people do not function like we do in the States concerning relationships and talking to women and stuff. They don't function the same way as we do. So when you go visit a lot of other countries, a lot of these women are aggressive. You know, I wouldn't even say aggressive. They're being normal. You know, in the States, they add these words to a normal situation. Oh, well, you walking up and talking to somebody that you don't know. You're disturbing them. You're molesting them, or what's that word they use? You're harassing them. And I'm thinking, like, well, how are you supposed to speak to someone that you don't know if you don't approach and talk to him and stuff? But I don't know. But anyway, he just didn't believe me when it happened. I was just laughing and stuff. He was like, oh, man, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be out there real quick. I'll be out there again, and this time we're gonna do it right. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I guess we did do it right. You know, you met who you supposed to met. You came out here and accomplished your goal, and I got things to do too, so it's all cool. Next time you come out here, you know, and we hang out for a day, that's cool. If we don't hang out, that's cool too. It don't even matter. But he's on the player list right now, so it's funny though. And it happens a lot. I just laugh. You know, I just really laugh. That's why when a lot of guys want to come out here and they're like, yo, man, Ralph, let's hang out. I'm like, man, one thing that's gonna happen, we're gonna hang out. And because I'm so handsome and stuff, and they see two brothers together, or it don't even matter who I'm with, you know. The girls get all excited and stuff, and then they just, you know, because I don't really give them too much play. And the guys, you know, they're all happy and stuff, you know, and jumping up in the air. Oh, She's looking at me. Oh my God. She looked at me for more than 10 seconds. Oh my God, what am I gonna do? You know, and they're all happy and stuff, and the girl smile, and they like, oh, she smiled at me. Oh my God, you know, and I'll call them over and say, yo, what's up? It's my friend, da da da, you know, and usually out here, a lot of the girls don't shake hands. Not like they don't want to, but I guess a lot of people don't. But I make them shake hands. Even when I'm in clubs and I'm talking to Japanese guys, and I introduce them to Japanese women, I always make them shake hands because that physical contact is really important and stuff. And it's not even that, it's nothing sexual about it. It's just that people, you know, we're those type of beings where we need that physical vibration, you know, physical contact. And, you know, even Japanese guys, they get all happy and stuff. The girls get all happy. They run off and, you know, do what they supposed to be doing. And the brothers, some of you still got to kind of convince them to get out of the club. You know, you got to make go. You know, you know, she looks innocent. I'm like, she ain't innocent, man. You know, she was innocent, she wouldn't be here. Yeah, I know, but you know, I just don't want to, and I just don't want to, you know, I want to give a bad impression. I'm like, well, if you don't go with her, you will give a bad impression. And, you know, because this one guy, you know, I really had to set him straight and say, listen, you know, when you with these girls and we're looking at, I'm saying, because I'm telling you guys, the beauty out here is just the way they dress and stuff. You know, it's like you meet these girls and a lot of them look like sisters, you know, and they good shape and dress nice, smell good, the hair looking good, they smiling, especially ones with, you know, full lips like me or regular lips like me. I guess the rest of you guys don't have lips like mine. Y'all got irregular lips or different lips or whatever. But you know, they're making up all these excuses. And I said, well, you know, when this girl, you know, it's obvious that she's interested in them. And and she's expecting you to do what's the norm in her country. Because they don't know about the United States, you know. And like one time, one girl was like, well, don't they watch TV, you know, where they talk about blacks? I'm like, well, you know, the same thing blacks do, you know, out in Japan. I mean, America to do here, except for the guns, you know. But you know, I'm not saying blacks do it here. I mean, the same thing that happens in the States happens here, except for the guns. So you know, it's not like they're any stranger to crime or anything or bad people. I said, but what it is when she's expecting you to do a certain thing because that's just the norm here. You know, and I'm not saying she's expecting you to go to the hotel or whatever, because I'm sure a lot of girls do want to do that. It's just a normal thing. But, you know, at least get out of the club and maybe, you know, go walk around and talk or go do something, you know. But when you don't, and you know, you're trying to be the Mr. Good guy and Mr. Cool guy and Mr. Respectable guy, but actually what you're doing is you are rejecting her. She's going to look at it as a rejection, you know. And it's the same thing that, you know, maybe happens to you in the States, you know, when you expecting something to happen after, you know, whatever, and it doesn't happen, then you look at it as a rejection. And he was like, oh man, I never really thought about it like that. And I'm like, wow, you know, I mean, what do you expect? You know, I mean, you creating all this stuff in these situations in your head, you're not really talking to her. Because this one guy I know, he was out here from New York, I think, and Big Brother too. And he was with this one girl. She was cute. And they were holding hands the whole time. And I guess he didn't speak Japanese, so they really didn't talk so much. Plus, it's in the club. It's really kind of hard to talk anyway. But I was like, you know, you still here? Just go outside and talk. You know, this and all that. You know, you know, wasting a lot of time. And then at the end of the club, he ended up seeing her and a friend. And he went over, and she was all nice and receptive and stuff. And I guess, you know, he thought something was going to happen. And her hating friend came over like they always do, grabbed her, and let's go. Bam. That's it. But yeah, it's good. It's cool, you know. Just come up here, you know, hang out for a couple hours, go to the club, guys meet these girls, and they disappear and never hear from them again. But maybe I ought to charge Ralph Club and touring or something like that. Spend $100 at least, pay for my train fare and stuff, you know. But it's all cool though. But anyway, I just thought I'd share that. I'm out. Peace.